seriously you take that being able to represent the student athletes at UJ?
I take it very seriously. It's a great honor to be chosen for that, and I know how important it is. So just to be selected, that means a lot, and I'm definitely going to take it serious and try to represent the university to the best of my ability.
Was that a little intimidating at first?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a lot of, the first time I met the president, and then there was a lot of really important people in there, so it was definitely a little intimidating.
Jabri, just how excited are you to get this season going, to be back, practicing today and getting this team ready for the season?
I'm really excited. All summer and fall, we've only had like 50-minute out to hour practices, so finally to get out there and be able to play and practice with the guys for an extended amount of time is really, really exciting.
I think you talked about it a little bit at that board meeting, but how beneficial do you think that Italy trip was, and what do you feel like you guys got out of it, getting to spend that kind of time together?
I think it was really beneficial. We spent a lot of time together. I mean, we had no choice. We were in a different country, and especially with like a lot of new guys, just getting to know everybody and getting that playing experience, getting that chemistry, getting to know everybody's game, and actually playing against real competition. I think it was really valuable, and just the amount of time that we spent together was valuable too. So it was a great trip.
Did you get even more out of the trip than maybe you thought you would going in, as opposed to, hey, we're just going to take a vacation, that kind of thing?
Yeah, for sure. That the point I was making, I didn't expect to get that close with the guys that quickly. Like we spent so much time together, and we just enjoyed hanging out. And then when we got back, it just carried over. So I think our chemistry is really high, and it was a lot to do with the trip.
What was your favorite part about the whole trip? So many
Probably when we had some free time going out and trying different food spots with all the guys. We tried a bunch of different restaurants and a bunch of different new foods, so that was pretty cool.
You talked about the chemistry and being able to see that, even after the trip. How have you seen that play out on the court?
I think like it's really helped on the court because like when you're close with somebody or you have that connection with somebody, you're able to tell them things in a respectful way, but kind of criticizing them, or you're able to know how certain people react to certain things. So I think it's just knowing how people, knowing people's personality, knowing how they react. I think that's really helpful on the court, and just kind of, building that trust with somebody, and you getting close with them. They trust you, and you trust them to kind of have your interest, and that's best for the team. And I think that was really important for us.
With the roster looking so different this year, do you take on a leadership role in the fact that you've been around, you sort of know the expectations, especially with this coaching staff?
Yeah, I definitely try to, especially with we have four or five new freshmen. So just kind of trying to be an example. I've been playing in the SEC for going on my third year now. Played under Coach White last year, so I kind of know what he wants and what to expect in the SEC. So just trying to help the young guys as much as I can.
Just generally, what would your advice be to those freshmen about what they're getting ready to do?
I think just know it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be probably your ideal situation. Game in and game out. The SEC is such a hard conference at such a high level. So kind of helping them make that adjustment from high school, because in high school they're just used to kind of dominating, being better than everybody, and that's going to be completely different in the SEC. So just kind of trying to show them or trying to tell them how hard it's going to be, how physical, how competitive it's going to be, and how you just got to stay with it, and it's going to be a grind.
Now, what you see from those guys, especially over in Italy and in organized contest?
I think all of them are really mature for their age. All of them are really a lot more college ready than I feel like I was coming in as a freshman. A lot of them I think they have a lot of confidence, and I think it's going to carry over when we play.
What are you seeing from Noah Thomason right now as far as what he can potentially bring to this team?
Yeah, Noah's really good scorer, really creative with the ball. He can pass too, he can shoot. He's just all around good player, especially offensively. He's really hard to stop, so I'm excited to get to play with him.
Another guy, Justin Hill, you've been playing with him for the past little while now. What have you seen from him going into this next year and your second year playing together?
Yeah, that's my guy. I think he's really improved his game. He's improved his shooting a lot and his leadership. I think he was a great point guard for us last year, but I think he's really turned into much more of a floor general, being more vocal, better defensively, better shooting, better offensively. So I think he's just all around better player.
When the non-conference schedule came out for you guys this year, what was your initial impression or snapshot reaction for you guys to be going up against this year?
Yeah, I was excited to see a lot of the high major teams like Florida State, Oregon, Wake Forest, and then the Bahamas trip. Those stuck out to me, and I'm really looking forward to the challenge. It's going to be good, and I think it's going to help us get ready for the SEC.
I was about to say, that was going to be my next question, that knowing you're going to have that kind of competition to step into right off the bat, how much does that, is there a tangible way that helps your preparation for the season?
Definitely, because there's always an adjustment period when you go from non-conference to the SEC play, just because I feel like the talent level is a little higher, and the guys are a little stronger. So when you play the Wake Forests, the Florida States, it's kind of the same level of competition. So I feel like that's going to definitely help us going into conference play.
What's sort of been your mentality getting ready for this season? Just what you want to put in and your goals for yourself going into the season?
Trying to work on, not worrying about myself so much, worry about the team more, trying to help the young guys, help the new guys as much as I can, trying to be a leader, specifically by example, just trying to show them the way, trying to show them what the coaches expect, what the coaches want, and what it's going to take to be a successful player at the SEC level.
Justin said he thinks that you're probably the hardest working player in the SEC right now. Where do you think you've improved your game the most?
I think just getting better all around, getting better with the ball a little bit, working on my shot, trying to become more consistent in that area. I put a lot of work into it, so hopefully, I get the chance to show it pays off and help my team win.
What stands between Georgia and making an NCAA tournament?
What stands between it? I think I think it's just getting over the adversity that's going to come with playing in the SEC. Like I said, it's a really challenging league. It's really hard, and there's going to be ups and downs. So our ability to fight through adversity, fight through injuries, fight through maybe a couple losses in a row, fight through bad games, all this stuff, all the trials and tribulations that come with playing a long conference schedule. I think that's going to be the most challenging thing for us in the way we respond to adversity. But I think we're, the way we were practicing, our trip to Italy, like I said, our team chemistry is definitely going to help us get through those tough times when we get to conference play.
You talked about it a little bit at the board meeting, but what kind of impact have you seen having that weight room and having that, team-specific area?
I think it's been great. I think just the new weight room has allowed us to spend more time with each other, honestly, and spend more time, working on our craft. A lot of the stuff in there is designed specifically for us, so I think it's going to help us, especially when we start playing games, how close it is to the court, how close it is to the training room, and just having our own space and kind of having the accountability to take care of our own space and kind of just working together with everybody, working together with coach, and how exciting it is just to be in our own space.
Can you put into perspective your growth, your journey from where you started to the time you got here at Georgia and where you're at now?
I think the biggest thing is just not kind of just staying consistent, staying like putting the work first, kind of not worrying about the results and just keep going with the process and whatever happens, but just trying to personally for myself, just putting hard work being the main thing and let the results play out as they may.
When you look at the next few weeks, just a practice, getting ready for the season, what do you feel like you guys as a team need to accomplish, need to grow in before the season gets underway?
I think I touched on it, like working on getting through adversity, right? Like a bad call in practice, maybe a team in practice has a bad day or has a bad couple of possessions, just getting over that hump, like, because it's going to be like that in the SEC. Like I said, a lot of good teams, and there's going to be, a lot of adversity, a lot of stuff we got to go through. So just working on fighting through adversity, fighting through challenges right now, and the way we respond. I think that's going to be the biggest thing that we need to work on going into the season.
What do you feel sets this Georgia team apart from other teams you've been on here?
I think it's just this is the closest team I've been on for sure. And I think a lot of it has to do with the Italy trip, how much time we spent together in the off season. But I mean, outside of the Italy trip, we just hang out a lot off the court. We really like each other, and how competitive we are. We all want to win. I feel like we all have the same thing in mind. And I feel like how close we are really helps us be able to challenge each other and to push everybody to be the best they can be to ultimately help the team win.
Any other questions for Jabri?
Was there anything particular you guys did on the Italy trip that brought you all together?
Specifically, I remember we all took the whole staff and team. We took a boat ride. I want to say we were in Rome and we went to Sorrento.
We went to Amalfi.
Amalfi Coast, and we all took a boat ride, and then we all spent the day there, and then we rode the boat back. So nobody's phone was working or anything, so we all had to sit and talk to each other and spend time with each other. So that was definitely a good bonding experience.
How useful was Russell on that trip? I know going into it, we were kind of talking about, he was pretty familiar with the area. Did he point things out to you guys?
Yeah, for sure. He told us we were like not used to a lot of stuff, like the way you plug your phone into the wall, the time difference, kind of some of the traffic signs and stuff like that. So he showed me a lot. I was asking him a lot of questions because I didn't know what was going on sometimes.
Has Olive Garden lived up to it since you've been
No,
back?
I have not ate a lot of pasta since I've been back just because I had the real deal and it's just not the same.
All right. Thanks, Jabri.
Thanks, Jabri.